Welcome to Whiskey Vault.
On that note, this is a gift from Titan, Renita Reavis.
Daniel, the distance, do you hear that?
I hear it.
It's probably Renita Reavis.
Most likely.
Did you say Reavis or Revis?
Revis.
Good, because that's the name, not Reavis.
Renita Reavis.
Revis.
I think it's Reavis.
We should probably roll the animation now.
So, okay, this is going to be interesting because so often we get these little things. This is from Reno, Nevada. And you're like, oh, good, Nevada. That's going to be, distilled in Lawrenceburg, Indiana. Yeah.
All right.
But this one is Nevada grain,
Yes.
Nevada made.
Oh, okay. So
10-gallon barrels.
What does Lawrenceburg have to do with it?
Well, I was saying so often we think you get this and you're excited, and it turns out to be MGP.
So you are so jaded at this point,
Yeah.
that you see something from a distillery you haven't heard of, and you automatically assume,
Yeah.
it's going to be sourced in.
Because it's so often. But now I get it, and it's like, oh, this is Nevada grain. Oh, okay, all right. Aged no less than 18 months, 10-gallon barrels.
Okay, a small barrel. Yeah.
New American oak. They are a brewery and distillery. They were built inside of like an old renovated train station.
That's cool.
Actually, it looks really cool.
That's cool.
It's super like retro, trendy, cool.
I didn't realize they grew grain in Nevada. I think of just very arid.
Me too. I just
Where
think
are
of
they
the
growing?
Desert. I think
Where
of
are they
like
growing stuff?
I think of like well, I guess Vegas.
I mean,
outside of Vegas.
You fly into Vegas and then you just see desert.
You have to be bringing in a shit ton of water wherever you're doing it, right?
I don't know. Okay.
4-grain mash bill and double distilled.
Okay. I'm going to say, if you put your nose in there, crafty. This is, when we say crafty, this is a very common crafty nose. It's not bad, but it's kind of like granola and hay.
Yeah, that's very grain forward.
Yeah. And where does that grain forward quality come from? Because I know in new make, it's almost always grain forward. But you get something that's dark, where's that grain forward quality coming from?
In my experience, who knows what's happening here, it means they're cutting lower than I would have cut.
Okay, so we're going into the tails.
Not so far that you end up with like
The funk.
Funk and wet dog, but far enough that the grain starts to dominate the nose.
Okay, and there's a little bit of a, what is that sweet
Instead of
character?
like the melon and fruit notes.
Yeah, there's a little bit of like a spiced honey in that granola.
Ironically, this is not that different than the Gulf that we've done.
Really?
For me.
Burp.
Not the one that we did today.
Oh, okay. All
But
right.
like I'm thinking of the bourbons that we just got from Giant.
Yeah, and there's some type of baking spice in there. I want to say...
Nutmeg.
Okay, I was going to say like a cinnamon roll quality, which is not nutmeggy, but...
No, because there's this almost malty note to nutmeg that I always find when I'm dusting it.
There's a little bit of a breadiness to that granola. And
Oh, whoa! There it is.
it shifted hard.
Did it almost get sour?
Halfway through, it shifted gears really hard.
Oh, yeah, no, that's something went sideways.
There's sideways, but it just kind of went a lot of different directions halfway through.
Yeah, but
Let me put it this way. This isn't boring and simple. There's a lot going on. Whether or not I like it, that's the question.
I don't.
Okay.
And to me, it's that sort of like mulchy, mushroomy note.
Okay, you don't like that?
I've found that in certain companies' barrels.
So, I get more cinnamon on the taste.
I'm so wrapped up in the J-hook of like that sour mulch that I'm having a hard time finding subtleties.
So, it does land with the barrel bitterness. Cinnamon, pretty. I get more granola on the nose than on the taste.
I'm going to add a little water, but I'm not. The nose was okay.
That
palate is...
I'll say this. There's a lot more flavor in the taste than you would expect at this low of a proof.
Yeah, but don't assume by flavor you mean it tastes nice. Just there's more things to taste.
Well, and again, it's not simple. There are things. You said it took like a J-hook into a very specific direction of mulchiness. I say, yes, I get that, but it went kind of like a lot of directions. There was a flash of walnut. You get like the more cinnamon that I was expecting.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Breadiness showed up a little bit. You're not feeling it?
No, that J-hook just threw me.
You and your J-hooks. Yeah, so whenever you keep going back to this, the thing that was in the initial approach, it's on the tail end, a little bit of that barrel bitter quality. That creeps up further and further So by the time you're 3 or 4 sips in, it's like, oh, there's the barrel bitterness immediately.
Yeah, it just wakes it back up. It's like after you've eaten spicy food and then you calm down for a second, you eat one more bite and it just ramps back up to the top instead of a slow build again.
Yeah, I can find that crafty granola and honey if I just kind of think past that big obvious barrel bitter note. You said 10-gallon barrels?
Yeah.
I believe it. Yeah, 18 months. Oh, you know what though? So we have quite a bit of experience with 5-gallon barrels and 15-gallon barrels. In those barrel sizes, you get 8 months.
Oh, then you have to come up with a new plan.
Yeah, because it starts getting barrel heavy, like the barrel bitter quality, really quick. To be in a 10-gallon barrel and be 18 months, I think it may have gotten a little overcooked in the barrel in terms of our preferences.
Yeah.
I find elements that I like in here. You are off.
I'm hard out.
Yeah.
The aftertaste is even wrong. I can't get it out even with water.
It doesn't really get to the place of balance that I would like with these various flavors. I think the barrel bitter note is the most unbalanced quality. JC, if you distill a 51% corn new make and then age it in a new barrel on a U.S. embassy in Scotland.
Yeah, we've talked about this.
Is it still bourbon though?
I think technically yes.
I mean, technically it
because
is.
an embassy is sovereign territory.
Yeah.
So in theory, if you could convince someone to age a bourbon barrel in an embassy, it would legally be bourbon.
Well, that's somebody. I mean, you have to get a distiller's license.
Yeah.
And
an embassy is not going to get a distiller's license.
No, I mean, the entire exercise is basically, can they find a reason to say no?
Oh, and they definitely will. I mean, this is all government embassy, form fillers. Like, there's no way they're going to approve that.
Right.
Unless it was like for some American holiday and one of the big like Jack Daniels or Jim's Beam wanted to do it with them.
Right.
They might be able to have the money and the political capital to like motivate them. But a craft guy is never going to pull that off.
So let me mix it up a little bit. Let's say you're right on the edge of the embassy here, right? In, let's say, Scotland.
Okay.
So you get your approval for Scotland. The still is in Scotland.
Okay.
And then the runoff that drips off, that pipe goes over into American territory in the embassy, and it's dripping off in America.
Nah.
What is that?
That's still
what is that?
A distillery. It's a double country distillation.
Yeah. This is the most critical question of our time. Kibra Zakes. Of course, 2 guys from Texas don't know what the shapes of other states are. Wow.
Why does it have to be Texans that all of a sudden don't know shapes? I challenge anybody to pick Georgia out of a random state picture lineup.
Or Kansas.
That's not from Georgia.
Or Kansas.
Yeah, like the most generic shapes.
Missouri. I dare you to find Missouri on the map.
There's no way.
I could find Oklahoma. California's easy. Florida's easy.
Yeah, even Oregon is hard because you can sometimes mistake it for like one of the other weird middle.
Anything other than that is kind of whatever.
Tennessee. You could get Tennessee. It's that long wedge, you know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, the Kentucky, though, looks like I could do Kentucky.
You think so?
Looks like a chicken leg. Or is that Virginia? I don't know.
See? That's the point.
Okay.
No.
I found a few elements I like, unbalanced with, several things I wasn't really caring for.
Renita.
You weren't really feeling it. Here's to fighting, stealing, and drinking.
Fight me a fight for a friend.
If you steal, may you steal your liver's heart.
And if you drink, may you drink with us.